NATO leaders pledged their continuing support for Ukraine and commitment to their alliance as they wrapped up the 75th anniversary summit in Washington, D.C. The allies decided to further strengthen deterrence and defense, bolster long-term support to Ukraine, and deepen global partnerships.
At this summit, we are turning a corner and putting in place the foundations for Ukraine to prevail. Allies have agreed to launch NATO security assistance and training for Ukraine, with a command in Germany, logistic hubs in the eastern part of the alliance, and around 700 personnel. NATO will coordinate the training of Ukrainian forces at facilities in allied countries, plan and coordinate the provision of donations, manage the transfer and repair of equipment, and provide support to the long-term development of Ukraine's forces.
The United States and its allies have used this week's summit to try to protect the unity in the face of what they see as a rising threat to Europe from Russia and China. However, NATO member Hungary said that it does not want NATO to become an anti-China bloc. Furthermore, Hungary's foreign minister said that Ukraine's admission to the military alliance will weaken unity in the group. This after Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban irked other NATO members with surprise visits to Kyiv, Moscow and Beijing in the past 2 weeks on a self-styled peace mission. His talks with the Russian President Vladimir Putin angered some EU leaders as the bloc is seeking to avoid high-level contacts with Moscow over its war in Ukraine. Now, in the latest, Orban has met with Donald Trump and the pair discussed the possibilities of peace as he pushes for a ceasefire in Ukraine. On the other hand, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that any possibility of a direct confrontation between Russia and NATO was worrying. This comes after Chancellor Olaf Scholz hailed a decision by the United States to station long-range missiles in Germany as a step to increase deterrence against Russia. Kremlin reacted to the United States' plans to station long-range missiles in Germany, saying that it will lead to Cold War-style confrontation between Russia and the West. Reactions also came in from China after NATO's declaration included sharp words about China, calling it a decisive enabler of Russia's war in Ukraine. China's foreign ministry said the declaration was biased and sowing discord. Nonetheless, Ukraine has been the primary focus for NATO, with Biden pledging to Zelensky, and I quote here, "We will stay with you, period." Zelensky said Ukraine is very close to achieving its goal of NATO membership, while NATO members issued a declaration pledging to support Ukraine's irreversible path to NATO membership. Ukraine urged NATO to lift restrictions on use of long-range weapons against targets in Russia, saying that it would be game changer in its war with Moscow. Meanwhile, the United States announced a new security package for Ukraine worth $225 million, which includes a Patriot missile battery, additional ammunition for high-mobility artillery rocket systems and missiles, among other items. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.